Monza in Italy is one of the world's oldest racetracks. Located inside a walled park just outside Milan, the circuit was built in 1922. For many motor racing fans, Monza is the embodiment of Formula One, witnessing some of the sport's finest races, but also some of its worst accidents.
This year, the Temple of Speed celebrates its 90th anniversary. 90 years of racing, emotion and history. But a recent scandal has thrown the Grand Prix's future into doubt. Will Monza be able to convince Formula One chief Bernie Ecclestone that the city should remain a venue for the sport?
Monza's recent troubles began in May while playing host to the World Superbike Championship. During the race, several riders fell at the circuit's Parabolica corner, raising suspicions there might be a problem. The consequent test results weren't good. Poor drainage had led to bubbles on the track surface, a serious safety risk. The International Motorcycling Federation stepped in, stripping Monza of its race registration. Even more serious were claims that senior officials already knew about the problem, allegations which came to light after Monza's public prosecutor phoned top management following a request by Paolo Guattamacci, the man charged with maintaining the track.
The real scandal hit after it was discovered Monza's management had hidden the technical problems with the track.
Work to resurface parts of the arena at a cost of hundreds of thousands of euros has already begun. Some heads have also rolled. Guattamacci is gone, but the rest of Monza's management have stayed despite persistent accusations they were complicit in a cover-up. We tried to raise the issue with circuit director Enrico Ferrari, who was one of those wiretapped, but he preferred to discuss other things.
If things go according to plan and the weather is mild, work should take about 3 weeks. Not only on the Parabolica, but also in places demanded by the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, like the one you see behind me at the Prima Variante. We're moving the guardrail to put in some walls to protect the escape route at the first corner.
The repair work only began at the end of July, just over a month before Monza hosts the F1 Grand Prix. Track officials insist everything will be ready on time. But since the Bubbles debacle, some have questioned whether the 83rd edition of the Italian Grand Prix could be Monza's last. We met up with Monza's mayor, Roberto Scanagati, who played down the race's possible switch to another circuit.
I categorically reject the idea that this could be Monza's last Grand Prix. I don't think the Formula One Grand Prix could ever be hosted in another place because Monza is an integral part of motor racing history. If the time comes when somebody decides to abolish Monza, they should realise it would be like abolishing motor racing itself.
If the Grand Prix were to leave, it would inevitably have a huge impact not only on Monza's international image, but also on the local economy, which has come to depend on the big money event.
Of course, Formula One is immensely important for Monza. The circuit is important because the city is known all over the world for the track. There are also the obvious economic benefits. Recent research by Monza's Chamber of Commerce valued the Grand Prix to be worth millions of euros to the wider economy.
Home to more than 120,000 inhabitants, Monza also boasts other tourist attractions such as the Royal Palace and a Gothic cathedral. But when it comes to drawing in the crowds, nothing competes with the Grand Prix. Statistics show the event rakes in a whopping 70 million euros during the F1 racing weekend alone.
There are more people and you earn so much more, apart from the fact they put too many bar kiosks around the city. I think the Grand Prix is really important because it brings in tourism. More than anything else, when Formula One is here, Monza really comes alive. There are many events and it's nice to walk around the city and take it in. It's important. What do you mean they want to take Formula One to another city? Monza is too important and the Grand Prix has to stay.
Whatever the future has in store, one thing is certain. This year, Formula One race cars will be roaring round Monza at least one more time this September.